What's up, everybody? It's Bradley Beal here, and you're watching First Time with Slam. The first time I was starstruck on a basketball court. It's funny. It's actually my first game ever. My first NBA game. It was a preseason game in Kansas City, Missouri. I had to play the defending champs in LeBron James, D. Wade, and Chris Bosh. So I had to play the Miami Heat in my first NBA game, and I was thrown into the fire, so that was my moment for sure. I was proud of myself, like I was happy because I was on the same floor as them. It's probably the first time I've ever really been starstruck like that. I just knew that as a rookie, I had to carry bags. Every vet that wanted their bags carried, I had to carry. But when I packed, I was always an overpacker. It doesn't matter, I can go on a one-day trip and bring a big suitcase for 3 days for some reason, but I have no idea, but I'm sure it was probably trash. I'm sure it was trash. My swag back then was garbo. I probably wore like a sport jacket, maybe some jeans, but I probably looked plain. I didn't have no swag back then. I think it was when the NBA became more lenient on what guys were wearing. So I think when D. Wade just started wearing all the outlandish clothes, Russ followed up behind, I think it was just kind of getting out of the comfort zone at that point. So I would say about my third, fourth year in the league is when I really started getting more fashionable with everything. I think my first couple years I didn't really care. I don't know, because I'm a sporadic shopper and I'm an online guy. Like, I'm not going to no mall, I'm not trying on no clothes. Like, I know what size I wear, so I'm going online and I'm getting what I want, but I wasn't a rookie. I wasn't spending that rookie contract money at all. I was cheap. I didn't even buy a car my first year, so I was cheap. Still am cheap. The first phone I ever owned was the Nokia, the joint you could play Snake on. Like, that was my first phone ever. The first time I dunked was in the 9th grade. It was the final tournament of the summer. It was in Kansas City too. It's crazy, it's a fast break, so we got a steal. I was on the right-hand side. My teammate threw it up to me, and it was actually a guy who jumped on the opposing team with me. So my first dunk was actually dunking on somebody, so that was a big pump my chest moment for me. Ooh, first memory of Jayson Tatum was, he was in 6th grade and he was playing at like a little JUCO college in a tournament that we have in St. Louis, and he was literally taller than everybody. He played point guard, and it was just mind-boggling to everybody. You know, even to this day, I'm not surprised by anything he does. So I don't know if a lot of people know this. Well, my mom taught his mom in high school. So my mom coached his mom in volleyball. When she would come to practice, she would have Jayson. So I would be this little 5-year-old, 6-year-old, kind of watching after this baby boy who I had no idea would grow up to be Jayson Tatum one day. It's crazy. St. Louis has a lot of talent, but me specifically, guys we looked up to it was always Larry Hughes, David Lee, Darius Miles, JoJo White, throwback, Bob Cousy, another throwback. Like, we got some old school cats we follow. This is also gonna be funny, man, because my mom taught Nelly in high school too. Just grew up together, but my first time hearing them was in elementary, maybe, yeah. Elementary. He used to walk me to school every blue moon.
He walked you to school?
Yes. Whenever he would come home from off tour or whatever he was doing, you know, he's like my uncle still to this day, for sure. First time I met John Wall was at my AAU tournament when I was 17 in California. It was crazy, honestly, because that was my first time meeting him at the tournament, and we exchanged numbers and kind of honestly kept in contact ever since then. And you know, he sure enough went to Kentucky that following year, and then he's the number 1 pick. And then boom, here you go, 2 years later, here I am, the number 3 pick to the same team. So it's kind of crazy how it all worked out. You know, we developed a relationship while I was still in high school, and you know, still have one to this day. So it's definitely cool to see over a decade of friendship be created. No, the first time I went to the White House, I actually shot hoops with Barack Obama at the basketball court that they have, so that was pretty cool. It was actually a little NBA, it was a junior NBA clinic that they had going on. He actually came down and worked out with us and the kids that we had there. We had like a few stations. He actually kind of challenged John and I think some of our other teammates at the time to a shooting contest.
Can you give me a scouting report on his game?
You know what? President Obama has game. Don't get it twisted. He got game. He's a lefty too, so he's real crafty, janky with it. But he got some game. He got a nice little jumper, nice touch. So don't get misconstrued. Oh, first WNBA game. I know I attended one as a kid with my mom. I just don't remember which one. But as I got older and in the league, definitely the Mystics. Watching the Mystics almost every year, every summer. I almost became a season ticket holder just watching them so much. So it was exciting to see them win. Winning the championship, I feel like I won. I think the feeling was that much more special because they made it the year before and lost in the finals. So for them to be able to have that same motivation, get back there the next year and then get the job done, I thought that was amazing. Fun to see them bring it home. My first pair of hoop sneakers were the Concord 11s. I wear hyper dunks every game, low top hyper dunks, but my favorite shoe to hoop in all time would be Jordan 12s. When I first took over my AU team, seeing the kids wear basically Bradley Beal elite on the jersey, it was a moment for me, for sure. Because growing up for me, I wasn't always the highest ranked kid, the most noticeable kid until I played for this organization. And two, I never had that. I didn't have guys come back or NBA guys come back and be around my AAU team, give us advice, tell us, basically the game, the life, things we need to learn on the fly. I think that was something I just wanted to do. I put it on my shoulders, to kind of be a mentor, to all my players.